As I said, let's fight, folks. Let's fight. We're having a little trouble there with our mic. But welcome in the ring, folks. Welcome in the ring. It's another day. Good to have each and every one of you on board with us. Good to have each and every one of you on board with us, wherever you're joining us from. We are ready at our end, and we hope that you guys are too. We trust that you guys have had a good day, wherever you're joining us from, wherever you are joining us from. We see lots of you on Twitter, lots of you on Facebook, lots of you are also on YouTube. But whichever part of the world, whether you're at home here in Guyana or you're in the diaspora, we are going to wait until we get our magic number as per normal. And then we are going to be off, folks, off to the races, off to this fight. The fight card is in and we are ready to go. We trust that you guys have had a good day. We trust that you guys have had a good day. And as per normal, you know, as we come on, we give all our ringsiders a shout out. And so already I see Candy, Nelene, Inderjeet is there on YouTube. She's in the suburbs this evening. And we also have, is it Sukchan Sudhari this evening? He's on Twitter. And guys, we're sending through our feed to Facebook on our Facebook pages. It's going to take a minute or two, and we're going to get some other folks. I see Mikey Mike is in the ring as well. Good to see each and every one of you. You know, we're always privileged to have you guys here with us. Always, always, always privileged. Let's fight, folks. Welcome in the ring. I love this bell. It kind of wakes us up. Good to see each and every one of you there. Good to see you guys, wherever you're joining us from, wherever you guys are joining us from. I know, for instance, Candy's joining us from Region 6. We see there was a protest there today. We're going to be talking a little bit about that later on in the evening. And also, we see there was some protest action in Region 5 as well, here in Georgetown, Region 4, and also in Region 10. People are resisting this mandatory vaccination, even though very strangely, I see the installed catfish air finale came out saying that, oh, they have not mandated vaccines. Nonsense. Nonsense, people. Utter nonsense. We're not fools. We are not fools. So we're going to hold for those other folks to join us. And then we're going to get to going. Those folks who are joining us on MP Finance page, we want to see those shares tonight. Those folks who are joining us on Christopher Jones page, we want to see those shares. What happened to those folks there? You can't only view. We got to share the live stream. We know that is the price of admissions, folks. And I see some folks are now catching up with us, and we're going to be off very soon. Lots of information, tons of information to share with you guys this evening. We want to make sure that you guys are well fed or you're well beat up when you come in the ring. Again, so good to see so many of you. Talk Back Thursday. And you know, you guys don't start talking back when the show starts, you know, throughout the day, every day, we interact with hundreds, literally hundreds of persons. I didn't want to, you know, make it seem overblown by any means, but literally hundreds of people, whether it's on Facebook, it's on WhatsApp, people call us, sharing information with us, asking us for information. And all of that is part and parcel why we have to, you know, build out the program, bring some additional people on board. And that's why we've been asking for your help. And so, guys, we're going to hold a second long until we have everybody with us. We know the Facebook feed is now going through. And as soon as we have that set, we are going to be good to go. We are going to be good to go. Let me see. Yep. Just sending a note to the technician, guys. 4 screens in front of me this evening. Literally 4 screens open in front of me this evening. And how could I ask for more? How could I possibly ask for more? I'm so happy that you guys are here with us. I got 3 big screens, and then I got my phone. I'm checking Facebook, checking your comments, seeing some at the back end here. But good to have each and every one of you. If you're joining us on the Christopher Jones page as well, guys, we want you guys to share the live stream and, you know, tag a friend. Share the link on WhatsApp. You know, folks can watch the program right on WhatsApp without even coming back to Facebook. We know that once you get that link, you're good to go on WhatsApp. So send the link to a friend, send to a colleague. Welcome in the ring, folks. Welcome in the ring. Some guys are now catching up with us. Good to have each and every one of you with us this evening. Welcome in the ring. Welcome in the ring, folks. Again, we were on a little before 8, but again, trying to get through to all of the pages takes a couple minutes, guys. So as you come on, we invite you guys to share the live stream. I see Sharon Murray, Kim Walker is ringside. Good to see you, Kim. I also see Rupert August is here. Claudine LaRose Duqua is here as well. And I want to send a special shout out to Claudine Duqua, because Claudine is putting her money where her mouth is. And Claudine sent us a donation today. And I really want to say thanks to Claudine, her mother, her entire family circle who reached out to us in this way. They want to see us expand. They want to see us grow. And hopefully all of you want those same things as well. Guys, again, welcome in the ring, and a very good night to Claudine LaRose Duqua, and also my other pal, Selena Fraser from Ontario, Canada. Selena has helped us out as well. And, some folks don't want to be mentioned, and so I'm not going to mention them. Some people want to stay in the background, and I respect that. But I'm very happy and privileged with people like Claudine LaRose Duqua, all the way there from Kokwani, Region 10, and folks from, as far as Ontario, Canada. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, share the live stream. I want to see those emojis. What is happening out there? We want to see those emojis. We want to know how you guys are feeling. It's Thursday evening. It's a humid evening here in Georgetown, Guyana, wherever around the world you guys are joining us from. I want to see those emojis. I want to see where you guys are joining us from. And as I was saying, before I rudely interrupted myself, I was saying that somebody reached out to us this evening rather, and I was so heartened, because people feel the reach of the program is so far, they can ask us to make some announcements of this nature, or they perhaps know that somebody in Guyana is going to know this person. And so one Christelle Eliza Caesar dropped her passport, her Guyanese passport. I'm looking at her, her American passport rather. She's Guyanese, but she dropped her American passport in Saratoga Avenue, MTA Metro, in the card booth. And so folks are asking her to get in touch, right? Anybody who knows her, let her know that the passport is at the Saratoga Avenue MTA Metro. The name again is Christelle Eliza Caesar. Good. And if you know that Christelle is traveling, you are familiar with Christelle, then we're asking you guys to get that message onto her, any family member. Again, they're saying that her passport was dropped in that vicinity, and it's at the Saratoga Avenue MTA. All the way in the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. And the folks shared with us and asking us to help get the message out, so that Christelle Eliza Caesar, her movement isn't restricted by any means, or her business. She might need some form of identification or passport if she has to go overseas or so forth. So guys, let her know that according to what we have received here, her passport is with the Saratoga Avenue MTA Metro. Yep, we got up. Good to see you folks. I don't know why I can't see some of the emojis this evening, but nonetheless, folks, we are moving forward. Those folks who are joining us on all the pages, we want to see those shares this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let me get complacent. Good. So I'm going to give you guys a minute, a minute to get those shares in place. And then I am eager to get into the hot topics. I am very, very eager. Don't let me lie to you guys. I am tremendously, tremendously eager to get into the hot topics this evening. I got a lot of stuff I wanna discuss with you guys. A lot of news and information that we want to share with you. We're going to give you guys a second to share the link, even share the live stream back to your pages, back to your profiles. And let me do one little thing at the back end here, guys, and we are going to be good. We are going to be good to go as ever. We're going to do one little share behind the scene here, and we're going to be good to go. All right. So let me ensure we have this right. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from. And we're taking that as a share break while I get something together at the back end here. Again, good to see all of you guys. And I'm just making sure we are good to go. Yep. One little share at the back end here, and then I'm going to be good to go. So, guys, you just bear with me. We got to go. It's a share break. You all hear a story. You all hear about all this share break and so on. Let me turn this down. It's a share break. All right. All right. I'm hearing myself again. So let me take that out. Okay, good. So good to see you guys. Good to see you guys wherever you are joining us from. Thanks for joining in the ring. And I am almost where I need to be. Almost where I need to be, ladies and gentlemen. Almost there. We are almost where we need to be. Do we have that done? All right, let me make sure. All right, 1 second and we're going to be good to go, guys. Ensure you share the live stream wherever you guys are joining us from. Again, we are privileged to have each and every one of you with us. And we're just doing what we got to do. What else we can tell you all? We're doing what we got to do. Am I having all those comments there? Oh, my Lord. I want to see some more emojis. We're seeing lots of comments, but what I really want to see is some more of those emojis. I want to see how you guys are feeling this evening, wherever you're joining us from. I want to see those emojis. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we want to see. We want to see the emoji. Oh, good to see so many of you are on now. And of course, we're not going to see all of the comments this evening because we got a slight challenge, but we are working around it. Guys, again, welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Welcome in the ring, wherever you're joining us from around the world, wherever you are joining us from around the world. Welcome in the ring, folks, and let's fight. I want to get right to it this evening. And as you know, for the past few evenings, we have been encouraging you as you come on that we want you guys to partner with us. And I think we perhaps by now have, if we haven't made it clear, allow me to repeat once more that we are expanding. We want to bring you so much more of in the ring, so much more news, so much more information. But there's only so much that we can do in the ring with our limited resources. It's not to do the opposition. See, I don't abuse and say the opposition broke. And so this is why, guys, we've been asking you to partner with us. At Cash App, we're at the $, in the ring 592 at Cash App. At PayPal, it's in the ring 592 at Gmail. That's the PayPal email address. PayPal, it's in the ring 592 at Gmail. And then we're also available on MMG, folks. It's 627-6963, 627-6963. And we're also available on that number if you have any queries. And folks, we know some of you guys love the MoneyGram, or some of you guys like the Western Union, and that's available to you. And we're asking you guys first, lost $5 US, $10 US, $15 US, $20 US to partner with us and help us move in the ring to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. That being said, now that we've gotten that bit of housekeeping out of the way, I want to invite you guys to let's go through the hot topics this evening. Let's get ready to rumble, folks. Let's get ready to rumble. Lots of information to share with you. Looking forward for you guys to do your bit at your end and share the live stream. Don't let's get complacent. Share that live stream. So, folks, let's get right to it. Into the hot topics this evening. And right off the bat, one of the things that I want to let you know, I know lots of folks have been worried, for instance, about some of the stuff that has been happening by the seawall. Folks say there's some oil there. People look a little scared, a little intimidated. They want to know if it's ExxonMobil leaking, if ExxonMobil got leaked, what is happening. But this evening, as we come on, the Civil Defense Commission said that in response to that, that there was crude oil at the seawall. The Civil Defense Commission wants us to believe, they are telling us, that initial assessments revealed that the substance was in fact, wait for it, animal fat. The substance there at the seawall is in fact animal fat that was dumped in the vicinity. The assessment team witnessed no crude oil in the area, nor any slick or sheen. Folks, this is according to the Civil Defense Commission. They said the substance we have witnessed there by the seawall is not crude oil. It is not slick. And it is not sheen. This is according to Civil Defense. And again, we are selling it as we bought it. We're looking to make no profit off of this. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we focus tonight on the crosses. On the crosses, on the Jagabats. That is our focus this evening, on the crosses and on the Jagabats. And we want you guys, as we delve into these hot topics, to share the live stream. Let me get some of the graphic offer by Show Love. Share the live stream, folks. Let's get right into it with these Jagabats and these crosses. The Jagabats and the crosses have been at it. And lots of the conversation quite recently, ladies and gentlemen, has been on State House and the repainting of State House. I told y'all, don't let's get distracted by State House and these Jagabats fetching away hundreds of millions of US dollars. Don't let's get distracted. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, what was said regarding State House is quite interesting. It is quite interesting what the Chief Jagabat, well, I don't think he's the Chief Jagabat. He's the Deputy Chief Jagabat, because the Chief Jagabat is Jagnew. What the installed president, Irfan Ali, the puppet president, what he said concerning the repainting, it's quite scandalous, if you ask me. Now, he said that the Public Sector Commission officially wrote to the relevant authorities. The Public Sector Commission officially wrote to them and were granted permission to undertake the task of repainting. Right? Sorry, the Private Sector Commission. Apologies there. He said the Private Sector Commission has launched an initiative, and that initiative is based on getting State House back to its heritage color, which apparently is white. This is according to the installed president. I'm giving you the thing as we got it. The private sector has launched an initiative based on getting State House back to its original color. And he went on to say, color don't matter to me. This is according to Irfan, Catfish. He said colors don't matter to him, but national institutions matter. So if a national institution by law is expected to be a certain way, then you have to respect the rule of law. And so the hint here is that national institution like State House should be painted in white, ladies and gentlemen. And that is interesting. That is interesting because of late, I don't know if you have picked it up, but there's an area in State House that I have seen repainted as well. And that area, ladies and gentlemen, is not painted in white. As a matter of fact, that area is painted, as you can see there, in blue. And this is an area in State House that is traditionally used to televise messages and statements on behalf of the head of state or from the head of state, him or herself. Mind you, I just said to you that Ali said the private sector launched an initiative to get State House back to its heritage color. I never knew State House to be blue. And they're indicating that State House has to be white. And I want to show you that that area there was green. You see the area there? That's the same area. The area was green. So I find the two things very contradictory because I've never known blue to be a color of our national institution. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to detain us here because we got lots more to discuss, and we encourage you guys to share the live stream as you come on. As you come on, share the live stream. Share it. That being said, as we run Mr. Granger, we were made to understand today, I think it was Go Mosley News Source, that says Granger is taking a leave of absence as leader of the party. His Excellency David Arthur Granger, former president, is taking a leave of absence as head of the party. The report indicated that a return date was not stated. I saw one report that indicated that Comrade Valder Lawrence will be taking over the acting role as acting leader of the party. And then I saw another report that suggested that is not so straightforward. That being said, I don't want to get into the PNC politics, but the point we're making this evening, what is newsworthy, is that His Excellency, former President David Arthur Granger, is proceeding on a leave of absence. And part of the report we received suggested that he is going to focus on some rest and recuperation, attending to his health concern. As we know, it's public knowledge that Mr. Granger is battling with cancer and has been battling with cancer for some time. He is undergone treatment, and he is fighting the dreaded disease. And so we wish him well. We wish him lots of rest, and we hope he recuperates shortly. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we sing a breakdown of law and order in our country. A breakdown of law and order in our country. Isn't it so? I am certain, we are certain, that you would agree with us that it is so. On a daily basis, it's robberies, it's killings, it's murder, you name it. Domestic violence, violence, depends on which school you went to, you name it. And just this morning, viewers, we woke up to the news that a soldier and his girlfriend were gunned down in Sophia. Daniel Fraser and Shinika Ford gunned down in Sophia. Now, the authorities would have us believe that serious crime is waiting. That is what the authorities would have us believe, that serious crime is waiting. But we don't believe that for 1 minute. We don't believe that for 1 minute. And it seems, ladies and gentlemen, that we are returning to the Wild Wild West period of this country under the PPPC, if not a new period. And I'm certain most of you would agree with me. That seems to be where we're heading, to the new Wild Wild West. What characterized that period, ladies and gentlemen? Can you remember some of the things that characterized that period of the Wild Wild West? But just in case you guys have forgotten, let me remind you what characterized that period we call the Wild Wild West under the PPP. You all remember headlines like these? How can you forget headlines like these easily? 2006. Wasn't this under Jagdeo's tenure? 30 killings in 75 days. Wasn't this under Mr. Jagdeo's tenure? What about this headline? Viewers, Army confirms officers met with Roger Khan. You remember when Mr. Khan said that he was fighting crime on behalf of the PPP government? Are we going back to these days? When we look and see what is happening, the gunning down of citizens, and then they want to tell us that serious crimes are going down. Y'all better share this live stream and don't get complacent. Y'all remember newspaper headlines like this? Contractor gas, Sher Mohammed, gunned down. You remember those headlines? It was not so long ago. What about this headline? These were headlines that epitomized the PPP's rule in this country. They lacked the will to fight drugs. This was the U.S. fell at the embassy in a cable to Washington. PPP lacked the will to fight drugs. Have we found who shipped the 11 tons of cocaine to Belgium yet? I see them finding a lot of people with marijuana, but we seem to be finding the big fishes in the cocaine racket. You all remember a headline like this? Wasn't so long ago, ladies and gentlemen. I think the current American ambassador, Sarah Lynch, needs to read some of our history because she seemed to be choosing the wrong company. Y'all remember these headlines? Y'all better share these live stream. Share this live stream. What about this headline? Y'all remember this headline? It seems, ladies and gentlemen, viewers across the world, that here is where we are returning to. Look, another headline. Y'all remember this headline? Y'all remember these headlines? Look, another one. This was Agricola. East Bank assault, 8 dead. What about this headline? And so, ladies and gentlemen, again, they would have us believe. They would have you and I to believe. They want us to believe that serious crimes are on the wane. And that gunning down of Daniel Fraser and Shanika Ford reminded us of that period. And it seems to us that since the PPP has come back, everything that they were synonymous for has come back with them. Everything has come back with them. And let me show you how many gunning downs we've had since August 2nd, 2020. We're not talking about other crimes. Lots of other serious crimes has already transpired under the PPP. I just want to walk you guys through, as you share the live stream, what we have been faced with here in Guyana since August 2nd, 2020. Look some of what has happened already. In just over a year, ladies and gentlemen, let me walk you through this so that you can understand. This is only folks who have been gunned down since August 2nd, 2020. And help us to share the live stream so that others can receive the credible and valid information. So from top left, August 4th, Rondell Haynes from East Ramvelt was gunned down on Durban and Chapel Street. October 17th, Sion London was gunned down. Sion London, also known as Gaza. He's from Kitty. He was gunned down in Seafield, Sophia. Y'all think we joking? We do our homework here in the ring, you know. We don't just come and fluff and bluff. Peter Gonzalez, December 8th. Peter Gonzalez, December 8th. He is from East Street. He was gunned down in Garnet Street. December 8th, 2020. And how could we forget Ricardo Fagundes, whose murder has gone unsolved? He was gunned down outside of Palm Court. Y'all remember that? Paper shorts. Ricardo Fagundes, close associate of Roger Khan. Interestingly enough, ladies and gentlemen, 1 month after Ricardo Fagundes was gunned down, he was gunned down on March 22nd. He was gunned down on March 21st. On April 21st, Odinga Anthony Haywood was gunned down near his home in Charlestown, Drysdale Street. April 21st, 2021. Ronald Omar Smith, May 28, 2021, was gunned down between Camp Street and Church and Kwamina Street. On Camp Street, between Church and Kwamina Street, Ronald Omar Smith. He was gunned down. July 7, 2021, Delron McKenzie from Caneview Avenue, Roxanne Burnham. He was gunned down in Linden. Wild West people. Devane McLennan, July 19, 2021. He was gunned down in Queenstown on the Essequibo Coast. Queenstown on the Essequibo Coast. Devane McLennan. Jaleel Lowe or Liao. He's from Dennis Street. He was gunned down in Beefield, Sophia, August 2nd, 2021. While the PPP were celebrating their first installed year in government, Jaleel Liao, he was being gunned down in Beefield, Sophia. And how could we forget? How could we forget Mr. De Silva, recently on Regent Street? Euclid De Silva, August 10, 2021, gunned down on Regent Street. August 10th, 2021. Gunned down. And now we have September 1, 2021. A Defense Force Corporal, Daniel Fraser, and his girlfriend Shanika Ford, gunned down in Sophia. Gunned down in Sophia. Folks, I say to you again, we here in the ring, our team, we do our homework. So when we say we don't believe them when they tell us serious crimes are on the rise. And notice, we've only dealt with people who have been gunned down in the last year. We haven't gone on, as I said, to other crimes. We have not gone on to other crimes. Only people who have been gunned down. I invite you, ladies and gentlemen, to share this live stream. Let other people receive this information as well. And so when this administration starts talking about crime, we're still waiting on the crime plan. Listen to what Roysdale Ford, attorney at law, member of parliament, said recently. He says crime and lawlessness are at an all-time high in Guyana, and the PPP regime has demonstrated both disinterest and rank incompetence in curbing the situation, which has rapidly spiraled out of control. I'm sure you believe us. Indeed, it is now unavoidable to ignore that the PPP regime is complicit in both creating an enabling environment and for facilitating lawlessness and covering up crime in Guyana. Member of Parliament Roysdale Ford. So when these jagabats, ladies and gentlemen, when these jagabats tell us that serious crimes have gone down, where? Ladies and gentlemen, let's hasten on. Guyana is not a real place. Guyana is not a real place. You all saw the woman on the car bonnet? Guyana is not a real place. Or the person, Beyonce, I made to understand, a lady of the night, on the car bonnet in Providence, taking a selfie. You all saw Beyonce? Guyana is not a real place. Here's how we treat our reserves who have been on the front line fighting COVID-19. For the last 5 months, the Guyana Defense Force reserves have not been paid. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 5 months, they have not been paid. We have been made to understand that over some 400 ranks of the Guyana Defense Force have been deployed to assist with the countrywide COVID vaccination. According to the installed Minister of Health, ranks trained in the medical field assist with the actual vaccination, while others assist with documentation and the COVID vaccine education program. Reservists have not received their salaries for the past 5 months. How does a government expect people to go to work and work with enthusiasm under those kinds of conditions? How do you even expect them to be to work with zero salary every month? That could be right and fair, ladies and gentlemen. Could that be right? Could that be fair? And so we call upon the authorities to do right by our servicemen and women and pay the damn people. Pay the people what they are due. Pay them. Folks, if you think that makes Guyana not a real place, well, what comes up next will shock you. What comes up next, viewers, at home here in Guyana and around the world, will shock you. Now, these aren't our words. These aren't our words. There's a letter appearing in the newspapers today that I want to read a couple paragraphs for you guys that talks about SleepIn Hotel, and it will inform you that Guyana is not a real place. It will inform each and every one of you who are watching us at home here and abroad that Guyana is not a real place. So let me read a couple paragraphs for you very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Let me read a couple paragraphs for you guys. Again, this refers to SleepIn Hotel. My wife and I checked in at SleepIn just after 1 a.m. on Friday, August 27, 2021. One could not escape the prominent sign at the entrance door that says proof of vaccination and wearing of mask are required for entry. However, while we were masked up, the receptionist did not ask for proof of vaccination for registering us as guests. Prudence should have informed me that this was a harbinger of things to come. After a fairly restful night, I got up around 8 a.m. and made my way to breakfast, which is located on the 5th floor. It was most conspicuous that the 4 people of a specific ethnic descent waiting on the elevator were all without masks. When the elevator arrived, they calmly walked in and beckoned me to enter. But the last thing I wanted to do was to be in a confined space with non-wearing mask patrons. I respectfully declined and waited for the return of the elevator. Before I could blink, 2 Caucasian males joined me, obviously waiting the return of the elevator too. Not wanting to spoil my opportunity and risk not getting on the elevator a second time, I told them that I was waiting for the elevator, and if they were planning to join me, they should put on their mask. Not that I had noticed one in their hand or pocket, but who knows? One responded, "Dude, we don't wear masks." There and then, I decided to forego breakfast and made my way to the front desk and told the 2 ladies behind the counter what I had experienced. To my surprise, they both looked at me and said nothing, as if I had not just spoken a single word. When I asked them if they heard me, to my surprise, one responded, "What you want we for do? We can't tell big people what for do if they don't want to do it." When I told them that the hotel has an obligation to enforce the rules, the other young lady said, "We not security. Look, security sit down there." Upon hearing the responses, I did what any self-respecting person would do. I checked out and canceled my reservation. Later that day, I shared my story with 2 different taxi drivers of another but similar ethnic descent. They both referred to SleepIn as Untouchables. Their meaning was clear and further evidenced by what many staff, or rather by the many staff who walked around the hotel freely without wearing masks, and a few who had on masks wore them on their chins, as if they were transformed to an efficacious chin strap. I wouldn't be surprised if many are unvaccinated too. I wouldn't be surprised if other self-respecting Guyanese and visitors would find alternative accommodations and refuse to spend their money with a place that shows such blatant disregard for law, but more importantly, a pronounced disdain for the health and well-being of others. Signed, sincerely, Errol Liverpool, PhD, clinical psychologist. Signed, Errol Liverpool, PhD, clinical psychologist. And that's why we say, ladies and gentlemen, Guyana is not a real place. According to Errol Liverpool, who wrote this letter in the media, when he told the receptionist at SleepIn what happened, the receptionist said to him, what you want we for do? We can't tell big people what for do if they don't want to do it. Guyana is not a real place. I remember right on this program, we discussed a letter that the Private Sector Commission wrote to Air Finale about SleepIn and about them disregarding COVID-19 protocols. Right in this very program. Right on this very program. And now this is Errol Liverpool, PhD, Dr. Errol Liverpool, clinical psychologist, detailing his experience at SleepIn. So it's not us, it's Errol. Further, ladies and gentlemen, as we discuss this fraudulent installed government, well, Elizabeth has been busy. You all remember Elizabeth Harper? She was Donald Ramatar's second term ticket. Elizabeth Harper. Yep, Elizabeth was an ambassador of sorts at Foreign Affairs, resigned to run with Donald as his running mate, her prime minister. Well, we know how that ended. And now she's back at Foreign Affairs. And we were made to understand that 20 plus Foreign Service officers were sent letter by Elizabeth Harper, who has the position of a permanent secretary at Foreign Affairs. So the witch hunting and the purging of the Foreign Service is now being deepened thanks to Elizabeth Harper and the installed PPP catfish crew. Thanks, Elizabeth. So over 20 plus Foreign Service officers, 1 year in to this installed administration, will be heading back to the capital. Thanks, Elizabeth. I understand why you didn't get Prime Minister. Well, Priya has launched a new education strategy. I know of its rollout, but if what is happening currently in education, ladies and gentlemen, is anything to go by, that education strategy is dead on day one. If what is happening currently, the madness, the bacchanal in local education, is anything to judge this new 5-year education strategy on, it leaves much to be desired. Just today, viewers, someone reached out to us from St. Aloysius Primary School. It's a school in New Amsterdam. And what the parents said was shocking. The parents said a meeting was had this morning and it was highlighted that they do not have cleaning agents as yet, nor the worksheets for the children. I don't know if this is covered in the new education strategy that was launched, but the parents says there are no cleaning agents, school opening Monday, nor worksheets as yet for the children. In addition to that, the school is charging a registration fee to access cleaning supplies in case they don't receive any from the ministry. School has been out for over a year, and the school is charging a fee. The school is charging a fee to access cleaning supplies in case they do not receive from the ministry and the government, the installed Catfish administration launching a new education strategy. So one would hope that it covers cleaning agents and worksheets, among other things. That being said, Dr. Nicolette Henry, Dr. Karen Cummins, and also Ms. Ferguson, Annette Ferguson, all members of parliament held a press conference today, and they're challenged very frontally what is happening in the education sector as regards the return to school. And as all right-thinking Guyanese have been saying, amid this surge, the Delta surge, and Frank Anthony, the installed Minister of Health, saying just recently that they might have to expand the COVID hospital, that's the common name for it, at Liliendal. The infectious disease center, the COVID hospital at Liliendal. They might have to expand it because they're running out of beds. Hundreds of people testing positive for COVID on a daily basis. It seems that the more injections you get, the more vaccines, more people coming down with COVID-19. And so, Dr. Henry, Dr. Cummins, and MP Ferguson put forward the case that we have to delay the opening of school because this ministry is not ready. Maybe they were ready to launch their education strategy, their 5-year education strategy, but clearly, where school opening is concerned, ladies and gentlemen, they're ready. They are not ready. And I invite you guys to share the live stream as we turn our attention to COVID-19. Again, government breaching its own protocols. This is somewhere in Burbage just today we made to understand. This is people waiting for injection. People waiting for injection, ladies and gentlemen. Injections, vaccines. No social distancing. The government crazy. The government is mad. They're out of their heads. It's madness. It's craziness. It's Looney Tune time. This is amateur hour at the Apollo. Could this be a responsible government? When you see scenes like this, and scenes like this have been replicated countless times. Yes, ministers are supposed to go out and meet the people, but in a COVID season, no, these guys ain't taking a queue. They go to villages, to communities, they meet with hundreds of people, and you don't expect a spike in COVID? We don't expect a spike in COVID? This is a responsible government? You are giving out COVID vaccines, and this is the environment. And sometimes when you turn up to places like this, you hear, we don't have no Sputnik because the 1,500 we get last week finished. Oh, we ain't got no Sinopharm. It's either it expire or it run out. Oh, we ain't got no Johnson & Johnson. Come back next week. Or coming soon. Is this a responsible government? Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at scenes like this, could you say that this is a responsible government? Obviously not. Put on my accent for you guys. Obviously not. Nothing there says or suggests, nothing that we have seen in the past suggests that this is a responsible government. And that is why people have been protesting. That is why people across the country, ladies and gentlemen, have been protesting. And today they were protesting in Region 10, protesting in Region 4, here in Georgetown, protesting in Region 5, and they were protesting in Region 6. Protests in Region 6. And I want to show you guys some of that to give you a sense of what has been happening. Protests as well in Region 6. As you know, the unions are threatening a national strike over this mandatory vaccination. Catfish Ali came out today and said There's no mandatory vaccination. But if you tell me I cannot go to work unless I take the vaccine, what is that? That's surely giving me too many choices. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is some of what transpired during the course of the day as people made their voices heard.
Our body, my body, my choice. My body, my choice. No mandatory, vaccine. 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 Teaching, 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 teaching. Can't walk, can't walk. It can't walk. It can't walk. It can't walk. Teaching. 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 Vaccine. 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 That's right. Vaccine. Can't. Teaching. Teaching. Can't walk. 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 Teaching. 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 Go back. Come on. Just step back a little, please. Thank you. Teacher. Come on.
But if this man unvaccinated, he cannot go inside.
That's how they can't protest, man.
The government said that there's no unvaccinated person cannot go into the The government said that.
Somebody record this. That is what Frank Anthony said, Mr. Inspector, Mr. Primus.
No, we don't.
We were locked down before.
We enforce the government policy.
If we cannot go in, they cannot go in. No,
They're treating the sparrow, they're treating the staff, but then other people get them for going. These people say once you're not vaccinated, you cannot enter, you know. Now you get people who are not working here, getting them free. And then you got people like these men here coming around and insult and threaten staff and all sort of foolishness.
This is wrong. This is totally wrong.
No, he does not. He does not have a card. He don't have any. He does not have a card. They don't care.
Sorry, you got to keep the government policy.
Enforce the law. Enforce the law, sir.
That is what they are.
These men are not here.
I don't know who are
They have to show the card, sir. That ship has not.
This man got a vaccination card.
If we cannot go in, they cannot go in. We taking lock. No day. We taking lock. No day. We taking lock. No day. We taking lock. No day.
my body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
No to body.
My choice.
No to
For vaccination.
no to
For vaccination.
no
For vaccination.
body.
My choice. My choice.
Take your lock up.
No day.
Take your lock up.
No day.
We take your lock up.
No day.
We take your lock up.
No day.
My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
No to
For vaccination.
no to
For vaccination.
my body.
My choice.
We take your lock up.
No day.
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 My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
No to
For vaccination.
no to
For vaccination.
no to
For vaccination.
my body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
We take your lock up.
No day.
Take your lock up.
No day.
Take your lock up.
Yep, there you have it, folks. That is some of what transpired today across the regions. That is what transpired today across the region. And while that was being done, this was the air finale. This was the catfish air finale. He said, we have not made vaccinations mandatory. This is according to air finale. We have not made vaccinations mandatory. What we have done is to say that in order to secure people who are vaccinated and have a safe work environment, and part of the labor relation is to have a safe work environment, if unvaccinated persons have a greater possibility of creating an unsafe environment, then we have to make decisions. Y'all ever hear madness like that? Y'all ever hear madness like that? So you haven't said officially we are mandating vaccines, but you have created every hurdle and every impediment, every encumbrance for persons who are unvaccinated not to go to work, not to receive certain services, but you mandate vaccination. It is madness. Only somebody who went to Eiffel University can devise such a statement. Only somebody who went Eiffel University, ladies and gentlemen, can devise such madness. Hear what he said again. I want to read it back. We have not made vaccinations mandatory. What we have done is to say that in order to secure people who are vaccinated and have a safe work environment, and part of labor relations is to have a safe work environment, if unvaccinated persons rather, have a greater possibility of creating an unsafe environment, then you have to make decisions. Well, we probably got to go to the CCJ for interpretation of this high science. There's where you probably have to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's madness. This is the IFRAT graduate. This is what you get when you have a man with 19 fraud charges installed as president who fake his first degree. This is what you get. This kind of convoluted madness. I can't even call it intellectual gymnastics. It's Duncify goat gymnastics. That is what that is, ladies and gentlemen. And as we prepare to come to program time, as we prepare to go, we encourage you guys. They say the Delta variant is there and it's surging. Let us be responsible and take every precaution necessary. Social distance, wear your mask, sanitize, and practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are there for your health and your safety, that of your friends, family, and your loved ones. And folks, as we come to program time, you know, for the past couple of nights, we do housekeeping in this way. We encourage you guys again to partner with us. Don't take for granted what it takes to get this program done and where we want to take it, how we want to expand, how we want to improve, how we want to get better as a program. And so we invite you guys to partner with us. Come on board with us on a monthly basis for as low as $5 US, $10 US, $15, $20 US. And you can reach us with a contribution with your donations via Cash App. And that's the $in the ring 592. It's the $in the ring 592 at Cash App. And then you have PayPal, inthering592@gmail.com. That's our email address at PayPal, inthering592@gmail.com. And then there's folks who want to reach us on MMG as well. And we're grateful. The homegrown indigenous app, the MMG app. GT got to send me a check just for calling out MMG like that. 627-6963 at the MMG app, 627-6963. And you can also query anything with us via that very number on WhatsApp, 627-6963. It's our MMG number. And also you can get us on WhatsApp to query anything that bothers you. And then we're old-fashioned like that, old school like that, Western Union and MoneyGram. And again, any queries you have, you can contact us on 627-6963, the same number for MMG. And folks, we want to thank you for spending this time in the ring with us. It's been our privilege, and we hope that we've helped you to distill the information that is relevant to you, all of the information that has been circulating out there in the social sphere for the last 24 hours. We hope that we've done some small part in helping you to distill that information and help it to make sense to you. We want to thank you guys for joining us in the ring. Another night, it's Thursday night. Tomorrow is our final program for the week, unless something dramatic happens over the weekend. The Irfan Ali might say something stupid again, so we might come on here over the weekend. But that being said, tomorrow will be our final program. Looking forward to seeing you Flashback Friday. Guys, thanks for joining us. It's always our privilege. It's always a pleasure having each and every one of you in the ring. Didn't get to give so much of a shout out this evening to some of the folks because we're not seeing all the comments at the back end this evening, but we're going to be sure to do so tomorrow. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And those of you who are going to come back to view the program, all this refers to you as well. Come on board with us and also share the live stream. Thanks for joining us, and do stay safe, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're at home here in Guyana or you're around the world, thanks for joining us, and stay safe, especially those folks in New Jersey. Some very, very sad news about 2 Guyanese who would have drowned there because of the flooding in New Jersey. And so our thoughts and prayers go out to their family and all the other Guyanese families in New Jersey who are affected by this flood. Do stay safe, folks.